all know to look both ways before crossing a street, but do you ever think to look down? Painted crosswalks play a big role in making Boston accessible and safe, but making a new one can be a long and winding road of its own. NBC 10's Eli Rosenberg shows us how white lines can come with red tape in a story that's all new at 7.
As far as crosswalks go, this one is fairly unremarkable. But the journey to get these white lines painted on this street took more than a year.
Crazy to me and a lot of the neighbors, everyone is like, why can't we just put some paint down on the street? We need this crosswalk.
The MBTA is part of an initiative to make its crosswalks near bus stops more accessible. Redid this section of Washington Street near Oak Square in Brighton. The curb work and adding these ramps took no time at all. But for more than a year, the project stalled when it came to the final piece, painting this crosswalk.
The MBTA was following these state rules and city ordinance that requires there to be a cop at every construction site.
And finding a Boston police officer so this street can turn to this is not an isolated issue.
According to the city of Boston, 43% of work details in 2023 went unfilled. Boston police officers want to do this work, but the system that oversees all of this, well, is more antiquated than you would think.
They're still using pen and paper? Crazy.
According to the city, Boston police have 9 police officers and 8 civilians who manage the detail system, using phone calls and actual printed forms that need to be filled out and turned back in. This, a system the city says had more than 122,000 detail requests in Boston last year.
Stuff like this, the T, I can only do it in increments because I have high blood pressure already.
The city now has a request for proposals out that would modernize the system, moving everything online, which the city says will greatly improve efficiency. In early next year, the city will open up these construction details outside of BPD on a priority system.
It's not taking away from anyone else's opportunity. It's really seeing that there's extra on the table that we need to make sure gets filled for the safety across the city.
BPD will get first crack at the detail, but those that go unfilled will then move down a priority list. First, other local police agencies like University Police, then eventually to civilians. Opening up new, high-paying jobs to civilians for the very first time.
Expanding the people and the force able to do this work will really actually mean a lot more public safety improvements to our streets.
Embracing new technology to save money and time in a city growing by the day. In Boston, Eli Rosenberg, NBC 10 Boston.